Hey YouTube, what's going on? I'm back again with another video. Today I'm going to do my comparison between the Galaxy Z Fold 2 and the LG Wing. Now I know both of these devices came out a couple of years ago, but they're still very relevant today. And I love both of these phones. Got the Z Fold 2 here and the LG Wing here. Now both of these phones were released in 2020. And both of these devices are flagship devices. Now, you may say, for those that are not familiar with these two devices, what makes these devices so unique? Well, both of these devices have two displays. The Z Fold has this 6.2-inch display on the front, and also you open it up to a 7.6-inch display on the inside. So you have a folding device with the Z Fold 2. Now with the LG Wing, you have the display that's on a swivel. You also have two displays, but the bigger display hides the smaller display, like the smaller display hides the big display on this device. But this swivel, so this is just a little bit different. There's no other device on the market like this. You're not going to find another one. And I like both of these. They're very, very unique in their own right. But this one just takes things to another level. But let's get into the comparison. Now, I love both of these devices very much. I think this is a very good comparison. Now, I'm not going to get into every single thing like when it comes to comparing both of these devices, but I'm going to cover much. And I'm gonna tell you, when I do these comparison videos, it takes a whole lot of time and energy to put these things together. So if you would do me a big favor and like the video and subscribe, I would have really appreciated it, because doing comparison videos is no easy task at all, trust me. All right, so the first thing I want to talk about is the price. Now, with the Z Fold 2, I've seen it on eBay for $380 pre-owned. Now, would I suggest you get something pre-owned? No, because you never know what type of shape it's in. Now, but with all of these prices and these different variations of, conditions of these phones, when you go on eBay, you have to read the description. Okay, I can't do that for you. You have to read the description to find out what kind of shape the phone is in. So I'm just going to give you the prices and the different conditions of these devices. All right. So $380 pre-owned. That's the lowest. That's the lowest I've seen it for. Now, the price goes from $380 and up. So keep that in mind. Whatever price I start with, it starts there and it goes up. All right, refurbished, I've seen it for $689. And open box, $668. Okay? Brand new, between $914 and $1,200. All these different prices you can find on eBay. I'll say them again. For the Z Fold 2, $380 pre-owned. Refurbished, $689. Open box, $668, and brand new between $914 and $1,200. Okay, all these prices you can find on eBay. Now, my suggestion to you would be either open box or brand new, but that's up to you. Just make sure you read the description. All right, and on Amazon, renewed, $929. Now, when it comes to the LG Wing, I've seen it as low as $89 pre-owned. Now, ain't no telling what kind of condition that phone is in. At that lowest price, it can't be in very good condition at all, in my opinion. $345 open box and $259 refurbished, $529 brand new. All these prices you can find also on eBay. And $439 renewed on Amazon. All right, so let's get into the comparison. Now, with the design, of course, both of these phones have different designs. Like I said, you have with the Z Fold 2, you have a narrow phone on the front display, narrow aspect ratio. I think it's 18:9, something like that. 6.2 inch display, and then you got the big giant display on the inside. But when it comes to design, I like it. I have this case on it. It has a nice design. It doesn't knock me off on my feet or anything like that. But it's a nice design. Now with the LG Wing, you have your typical smartphone design. Your three cameras in the back. Now without this case, this looks more like a Note device, honestly. So when it comes to design, I really like both designs, honestly. They're just different. This, you're just getting, you're not worrying about anything folding. You're not worrying about a crease or anything like that, even though with the Z Fold 2, you can't really see the crease unless you're trying to find it. But you have your typical front display on this device, and it's hiding the smaller display underneath. So when it comes to design, I like the design of both devices. Build quality. Now the Z Fold 2, you got glass on the front, glass on the back. Now you're dealing with an ultra thin, flexible type of glass with the Z Fold 2. And on the LG Wing, you have Gorilla Glass 5 on the front and the back, but you're also getting military drop protection. So when it comes to build quality, the better build quality is going to be on the LG Wing. And when you handle both these phones, they both feel very premium. But I'm going to be honest with you, when it comes to comfort in your hand without a case, it's going to be the LG Wing. Now that's for me. That's my personal opinion, because this is a lot more squared off. This is a little more rounded off, and it just feels more comfortable, honestly. It just do. Both feel very premium because they're both premium devices. But in my opinion, the LG Wing is a lot more comfortable, and I think you would agree with me if you had both, in your hand without a case. Now, keep in mind, both is going to be slippery without a case also. But when it comes to just sheer comfort, if you just don't want to use a case, the LG Wing, to me, is just more comfortable. Next, let's talk about Face Unlock. Now, both come... No, I'm sorry. Samsung Z Fold 2 comes with Face Unlock. There is no Face Unlock on the LG Wing, which is disappointing because I don't know what's the point of having a pop-up selfie camera and it has no Face Unlock, with it. So I don't understand that. I don't know why LG decided to take Face Unlock off their last 3 generations of phones. I don't get it, but it is what it is. So if you're the type of person that like 2 biometric ways to open up your device, you're going to get that with the Z Fold 2. Next, let's talk about fingerprint sensors. Now with the Z Fold 2, fingerprint sensor is on the side, and it's the power button and the fingerprint sensor at the same time. And with the LG Wing, you have a in-display fingerprint sensor, which I prefer over that of the side-mounted fingerprint sensor, but that's just me. Some people like the side-mounted fingerprint sensor. Both of them work very well, but I prefer the in-display fingerprint sensor of the LG Wing. Next, let's talk about always-on display. Now, both of these also come with an always-on display. These are 2 of the best companies that make always-on displays in the business. Love them both. But if I had to pick one, now, I think the LG gets a little bit brighter, and you definitely get a bigger picture when you're using a picture. But with the Samsung, with the both are fully functional also, but with the Samsung, you're also going to get you're going to get bigger notifications. They're a little bit bigger, and they're going to be colored. So you'll know what they are, as opposed to the LG Wing. Now, I don't know why this is taking so long to time out, because I want you to see it. But I don't have any notifications right now. But you'll be able to see them underneath, and they're color coordinated, so you can see what they are. You see your battery percentage and everything. I just prefer Samsung's always on display better than that of the LG Wing. But both are fully functional and both are great. But when it comes to using a picture, definitely the LG gets brighter, and the picture is much bigger than that of the Samsung. Next, let's talk about the display. Now, of course, this is my favorite part of any smartphone, period, because it's all about the display for me. All about the display. So the Z Fold 2, you get a 6.2-inch Super AMOLED HD Plus cover display. And on the inside, you get a 7.6-inch Dynamic AMOLED Flex display with HDR10 Plus and 120 hertz refresh rate, which I absolutely love. Love that. So getting a great cover display, which is much bigger than the original Fold, and you get this big giant display on the inside, which is like having like a small tablet in your hand. Love it. Love both. I mean, great display, beautiful colors, bright and vivid, and you get that 120 hertz refresh rate. Now with the with the LG Wing, you're getting a 6.8-inch rotating 1080p Full HD Plus POLED display with HDR10 Plus. And with the smaller display over here, you're getting a 3.9-inch 1080p GOLED display. Okay. Now I have to say this: with the LG Wing, this display gets a lot brighter. It can get a lot brighter than that of the than that of the Z Fold 2. Excuse me, y'all, I'm just getting tongue-tied here. So, because there's a setting on this device where it says extra brightness, where you could really get this screen super bright. I'm telling you, so bright to the point where I was going to use it and I decided not to because it was too bright for me. And I'm always using 100% brightness, but that extra brightness is just too bright for me. And also, if you decide to use that, you're going to kill your battery a lot faster. So keep that in mind. But it does get brighter. So as you can see, very unique devices. Both have great displays. You got a dynamic AMOLED display on the inner. You got a Super AMOLED display on the outside. Here you got a 1080p GOLED, and you got a 1080p Full HD with the front. But both displays on both of these phones are great. I don't have an issue with either one. Even though this is 1080p, sometimes it looks like it's Quad HD, honestly. Now, keep in mind, only 60 hertz on the LG Wing, 120 hertz on the inside, 60 hertz on the outside. But 60 on both of these displays with the LG Wing. Next, let's talk about speakers. Now, the Z Fold 2 has dual stereo speakers tuned by AKG. These speakers get super loud and they sound great. They really do. With the LG Wing, you're only getting one down-firing speaker. And I will say this, it does get adequately loud. The sound quality is pretty good, but they really dropped the ball when they didn't put two speakers on this device. Seriously. I mean, if they could have just put it in the earpiece, it would have just made this a much more immersive experience when viewing content. And it's a shame that LG didn't do that. They really dropped the ball when they only put one speaker on this device. Next, let's talk about RAM. Now, the Z Fold 2 comes with 12 gigs of RAM. LG Wing comes with 8 gigs of RAM. Both have excellent RAM management. So whether you're going with 12 or whether you're going with 8, you're not going to have any issues. Even playing games, even though I do not play games on my devices, but you will not have a problem playing games on either one of these phones or holding apps open in the background. Both have great RAM management. Excuse me. Next, let's talk about internal storage. Now, the Z Fold 2 comes with 256 gigs of internal storage, and the LG Wing comes with 256 gigs of internal storage. So on that, it's even. However, the Z Fold 2 does have a 512 gig variant. The LG Wing does not have a 512 gig variant. Next, let's talk about expandable storage. Now, with the Z Fold 2, you get no expandable storage at all. Samsung definitely dropped the ball on that because when this phone was released, it was $2,000. So the fact that this did not have any expandable storage is a big disappointment as far as I'm concerned. With the LG Wing, you have expandable storage up to 2 terabytes. So if you're a storage monster like me and you like to store a ton of videos and movies and things on your device, then this is the device that you want. No expandable storage on this, and that's a shame, especially when you got this big giant display. But you are going to get pretty much unlimited storage on the LG Wing with 2 terabytes. All right, keep that in mind. Next, let's talk about water and dust resistance. With the Z Fold 2, you get no water and dust resistance at all. With the LG Wing, it does come with the IP54 splash-proof coating. So you do have a little bit of water protection as opposed to the Z Fold where you have none. Next, neither device has a headphone jack, which is disappointing for both, but more so for LG because they put a headphone jack on the LG V60, and it's really a shame that they didn't put one on this device, which I was kind of shocked that they didn't. But they didn't. No 32-bit hi-fi quad DAC, and no headphone jack. Very disappointing. Next, let's talk about the battery. Now, with the Z Fold 2, it comes with a 4,500 milliamp hour battery. And with the LG Wing, you're getting a 4,000 milliamp hour battery. Now, which one has the better battery life for me? It'd be the Z Fold 2. But keep in mind, it has a bigger battery. But I do get excellent battery life on the LG Wing. I could get a day and a half with both of these devices. And that's with 100% brightness. That's with the always on display being on all the time. That's me getting all my push notifications, emails, all that stuff. A day and a half with both devices. Now, your battery usage is going to vary because everybody uses their phone differently. So just because I get a day and a half doesn't mean that you won't or you will, depending on how you use your phone. You could be a gamer. You could have an issue with signal. It could be all kind of problems or situations where you either get more battery life or you get less. And most people are not having their devices at 100% brightness like I am. They're just not doing that. Okay? Keep that in mind. And the more you use the inner display on this, the more battery you're going to use. But I could still get a day and a half because that's what I use the majority of the time is the inner display. Next, let's talk about battery charging speeds. Now, the Z Fold 2, 25-watt fast charging. With the LG Wing, you're getting Quick Charge 4.0. This thing charges very, very slow. Almost 2 hours to fully charge it from 0 to 100%. With the Z Fold 2, you can charge this in just a little over an hour. So you're going to get faster charging speeds on the Z Fold 2. Next, let's talk about wireless charging speeds. So with the Z Fold 2, you're only getting 11 watts of wireless charging, which is a disappointment because the original Fold came with 15-watt wireless charging. They dropped that down to 11 watts. Why, I don't know. With the LG Wing, 13 watts of wireless charging. So don't figure a $2,000 device charges slower than a device that was way, way less. I mean, considerably less with the LG Wing. This has faster wireless charging than the Z Fold 2. I don't understand how that's possible, but those are the facts. All right, next, both devices come with edge lighting. However, with the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 2, you get the edge lighting whether the screen is on or off. That's the inner display and the outer display. With the LG Wing, you're only going to get it when the screen is off. As soon as you get a notification, you'll see the whole display, come up with a light up with a ring around it. So both have it, but they're implemented differently. And I prefer the one on the Samsung only because I can see it whether the screen is on or off. And you get it on both displays, so I like that. Next, let's talk about performance. Both devices have great performance. I'm telling you right now, even though this one still has Android 10, I still haven't even gotten Android 11. This one has Android 12, but I'm getting great performance on both these devices. Both are fast, both are nice and smooth with the animations and everything, in and out of apps very quickly. So when it comes to performance, you're not going to have an issue with either one of these devices when it comes to performance. Next, let's talk about chipsets and future software updates. So with the Z Fold 2, you got a Snapdragon 865 with Android 12. With the LG Wing, you got Android 10, but you got the Snapdragon 765G. Now that's a gaming chip, but keep in mind it's for efficiency, okay? To keep your battery running even more efficiently. So don't let 765 make you feel like, this chip is so much inferior than this one. It's not. Like I said, great performance on both devices, very fast, nice and smooth animations, no issues with the LG Wing at all when it comes to performance. And both devices will be upgraded to Android 13. So for those of you that are watching the video and you've gotten this far, and I have to say this really quick, it really kind of is annoying when I answer so many questions and then people come and go in the comments and ask me a question that I've already answered in the video. So please take the time, watch the whole video. That way you won't be asking me questions I've already answered, because I'm not going to go down in the comment section and answer a question that I already talked about in the video. Okay, so both of these devices are upgradable to Android 13. Now, if it's something that I didn't cover in the video, then I'll answer that. But other than that, if I talked about it in the video, I'm not going to, talk about it in the comment section. I'm not going to do that. So please take the time and be patient and watch the whole video. All right, thank you. Let's move on. All right, next, both devices come with NFC. You got Samsung Pay. And with the LG, you got LG Pay. So both have NFC. So if you want to use contactless payments, you can do that with both of these devices. Next, the LG Wing has something that the Z Fold 2 can't do. The LG Wing comes with pen support. So you can get a pen, a stylus, and you can use it on this device. You get no pen support on the Z Fold 2. Now, if you need pen support, that's a Z Fold 3. But when it comes to these two devices, you get that with the LG Wing. However, it's not stored inside the phone. You do have to buy that separately. Next, let's talk about audio. So the Z Fold 2 comes with 32-bit DAC tuned by AKG. Sounds very good. You can has an equalizer and so many different ways you could tweak and adjust the sound however you want. Very, very, very good sound out of this USB Type-C port. I'm serious. Really, really good. With the LG Wing, not so much. You do get a 3D sound engine, and it's okay. It's okay. That's all I can say. It's nowhere near as good as the Samsung Z Fold 2 to me. This is just okay. If it had a headphone jack and that quad DAC, then it would sound amazing. But it just sounds okay, honestly. That 3D, sound engine don't really mean anything to me when it comes to overall sound quality. It just don't. So that's just my opinion. Next, let's talk about features and UIs. Now, Samsung Z Fold 2 is loaded with features, and I prefer One UI because it's one-handed friendly, very easy to use, very organized, and it is stacked with features. And I love a device that comes with a ton of features because I love to play with all those features and have fun with my device. And always, if it's something I want to use, I can use it. If I want to turn it off, I can turn it off. But I just like having the option of having all those features, and Samsung has always been known for giving you tons of features. With the LG Wing, you do get, you get you do get a good amount of features on this device as well. The UI is not bad, but it's not my preference when it comes to UIs. I prefer Samsung a lot more, but this is highly customizable and it has good features. Next, let's talk about the cameras. Now, this is something that is important to a lot of people. Not the most important thing to me, but I'm only speaking for myself. Now, the Z Fold 2 comes with three 12-megapixel cameras. So you got a 12-megapixel wide, 12-megapixel ultra wide, and a 12-megapixel telephoto with 2x optical zoom. Now, the rear cameras shoot at 4K at 30 and 60 frames per second and 1080p at 30 and 60 frames per second. With the inside selfie camera, which is right here, it's a 10-megapixel selfie that also shoots at 4K at 30 and 60 and 1080p at 30 and 60. And with the outer display, you also get another 10 megapixel wide. Also, there's a 10 megapixel wide if I forgot to mention that. Also shoots in 30 and 60, 4K at 30 and 60, and 1080p at 30 and 60. So all the cameras on the Z Fold 2 shoots at 4K at 30 and 60 frames per second. All of them. Selfies as well as the rear. So that's awesome. And also keep in mind, this thing takes some excellent photos. It really do. I was very impressed with the photo qualities and the video quality of this device. Excellent. Now, when it comes to shooting modes, this has 13 shooting modes. Let me tell you what they are real quick. You got single take, Bixby Vision, AR Zone, AR Doodle, Pro Mode, Panorama, Food Mode, Night Mode, Portrait Mode, Portrait Video, Pro Video Mode, Super Slow Motion, Hyperlapse, and Dual Recording. Now, let's talk about the LG Wings cameras. Now, you also get 3 cameras on the back. You're getting a 64 megapixel main, that's wide, 13 megapixel ultra wide, and a 12 megapixel ultra wide. So you're getting 2 ultra wide lenses on the back. Now, I don't know why they removed the telephoto lens. It would have been nice to have a telephoto lens, but it just doesn't. It has 2 ultra wide lenses on the back. Now, with the rear cameras, they shoot at 4K at 30 and 60, and also 1080p at 30 and 60, and 8K at 24 frames per second. The Z Fold 2 does not shoot in 8K. So advantage LG Wing when it comes to video. Now with the selfie camera, you're getting a 32 megapixel pop-up selfie with no wide angle lens. Now that's disappointing. Now you're getting a wide angle lens on all of these cameras, especially the selfies. But for some reason with the selfie on the LG Wing, they didn't put a wide angle on there. I'm not sure why. That's a disappointment. Now the selfie does shoot at 4K at 30 frames per second, but not 60. And it also shoots at 1080p at 30 and 60 frames per second. Now with the LG Wing, this has 15 shooting modes. So it has 2 more shooting modes than that of the Z Fold 2. What they are, you got time lapse, portrait mode, sticker, night mode, panorama, manual camera, meaning pro mode on the camera, manual video, basically pro video mode, slow motion, YouTube live, cinema shot, 360, panorama, AR stickers, gimbal mode, and dual recording. Now let me show you what gimbal mode looks like. See this right here? You move this and look at that. Up, down. That is so cool. I love that. And then you got your dual recording right there. See your pop up? You got your dual recording right there. So I'm loving that. I'm telling you, this phone is just off the hook. I'm trying to tell you. Trying to tell you right now. All right. Now, when it comes to innovation, now I'm at the end of this video. When it comes to overall innovation to me, I have to go with LG when it comes to innovation. This phone is just so unique. It could do so many things. Now, I just showed you got the gimbal mode. Now, check this out. Now, you have this. See this? See it up here? You got the little mouse. You use this mouse to control this top screen. I mean, literally to do whatever you needed to do. You got these sides here to make the screen rotate on the sides or go from side to side. Whatever you need to do, you can do it here. Now, I'm not going to do too much detail. I've already did a full review on this device. Then you have this where you can go into turn off. You can go on the grip lock. So basically, you could watch a movie, hold it here, and not have to worry about any interference with the display up here or anything. It just goes dark. But you can see, you still can see the time, the date, the day, your battery percentage, and you get your notifications down here as opposed to up here. So if you're watching a video, you're not going to get disturbed. So I'm loving that. Just loving that. And here, you got your typical, you can still use this now. Now, if you want to use it, all you got to do is tap that, turn it back on. and then you go and do what you need to do. But everything you can control down here. Turn on YouTube. Say you want to watch YouTube up there. All you do is switch it, and it switches up there. I'm telling you, this phone, I love this phone. That's all I can say. I love it. I really love this device. It's just so unique. It's more unique to me than that of the Fold. Now I love both, but when it comes to just unique and innovation, I gotta go with the LG Wing. And keep in mind, if like I said, if you need expandable storage, you want this. And both are high quality, both great displays, great battery life, great cameras. But when it comes to just innovation, I gotta go with LG. But if I was forced to just pick one, I'd have to go with the Samsung. And the reason for that, really quick, because I just prefer Samsung's One UI, all those features, and also the app in here that is the Samsung Notes. I need that app. I mean, I do all of my reviews and everything I do as far as, this channel is in Samsung Notes. I need that. Now, I love Secure Fold. I love Edge panels. I love all of that stuff, but I need that app. I need it. Okay. Now, but like I said, I love both, and I'm glad I have both. You got your folding device, and you got your rotating display on a swivel, and I love that. This is cool. I'm telling you, when you go in front of somebody, right? You take this out, and you do this, they're gonna flip out. They're gonna be like, "What kind of phone is that?" I'm telling you, because nobody's walking around with this. Nobody's walking around with this device. I haven't seen anybody with this. And when I do this and show them that, they trip out. They be like, "Whoa, what kind of phone is that?" I'm telling you, this is that phone right here. I'm telling you. Now, I'm not saying the foldable phone ain't great too, but I'm telling you, this has more of a wow factor to me than the Fold. Now, with the Fold, it does have a unique thing in the flex mode. So you could do this. Now, this is cool. Now, say you're watching the video, and you could be down into the comment section while you're watching the video. And then if you're sending a text message, you could use the keyboard down here while your message is up here. So this flex mode is cool. And then also, if you want to watch something on the front, you can stand it up like this, use it as a stand, or you could turn it over, use the cameras on the front, or use it as a stand also to watch videos. So both of these devices are pretty unique in their own right, and I love them both. So I'm glad I got both, but you can't go wrong with either. Both of these are great. You're gonna love them both, whichever one you choose, but you're gonna pay considerably less money for the LG Wing than that of the Samsung Z Fold 2. But like I said, if you're a type of person that you're worried about, LG being out of business and all that, don't be concerned. Now, like I said, I'm still on Android 10, but I have zero performance issues. I mean, zero. I haven't had any since day one. So as long as your phone is performing great, you're not having any issues whatsoever, don't worry about when you're going to get Android 12, because you're going to eventually get it. But LG has always been slow when it came to software updates. They've always been slow, so that ain't nothing new. But I also shoot all of my YouTube videos with the LG Wing, all of them. The only one that I haven't shot with it is this one. Right now, I'm using the Note 20 Ultra because I had to have this in the review, so of course I couldn't do it. But I shoot all of my reviews on this channel with the LG Wing in manual mode. So I'm telling you, manual mode is boss. I mean, when it comes to cameras, I'm gonna say this right now, and I forgot to mention it. Both of these cameras go neck and neck. They really do. It's not like one is killing the other. No, they pretty much neck and neck. LG Wing can definitely hold its own against that of the Z Fold 2 easily. So you can't go wrong with either one of these devices when it comes to the cameras, performance, display, battery. Only thing that hurts this phone the most for me is that one down firing speaker. That's the biggest thing that hurts this device, in my opinion. Now, I prefer Face Unlock, but that's not the biggest deal. It's that one down firing speaker as opposed to the dual stereo speakers on the Z Fold 2. So thank you very much for taking the time to view this content. I do appreciate it. Please leave me a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. And I will check you guys out in the next one. Peace.